everyone. Come on in. It is tea time with Liz. Tonight is a special treat. My family is joining me here on Tea Time. I will be introducing them here very soon. But tonight, this month, we are going to get into family values. And we are doing part one, like I said, with my family here tonight. And then I have some extended family that will be joining me for part two on our third Monday. So let us know where you are tuning in from. Shout out, say hello. Thank you all for joining and tuning in, though, tonight. I know it has probably been a long Monday for you getting back into this extra hour. The sleep is good, but the days are long, right? But anyway, we are coming to a close, though, also with Tea Time with Liz for this season on our third official season. I thank you all for your love and support. But next month, our first and third Mondays will be our last and final tea times for the year. And guess who will be the guest? It will be me, just me, solo dolo, on Tea Time with Liz. And I have a lot to share. Some great tea, let you know what I'm up to and what's up to come. So definitely make sure you tune in for our finale next month with Tea Time with Liz. All right. Well, let's get this show on the road because I know my family's got tea to spill as well and excited to do so. So at this time, I'm going to introduce first my parents. We have Suffolk and Bishop Clark and my mother, Tracy Clark. Hello, guys. How are you tonight?
Good. It's been a great day.
Well, thank you for joining. And then some of their offspring, my sisters, are joining us. We have my sister Audrey Bright. Shout out to her husband, Billy Bright, and my sister Vanessa Clark. Hello, Vanessa. I think those two are on mute, which is probably fine for now. No,
Boom.
there we go. Hello. All right. Well, thank you all for joining in. Let's start with, of course, Dad. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I don't know how much you want to know. I'm from the south side of Chicago.
All right,
I grew up, and I moved here in 82, and I've been here ever since. I got married to my lovely wife, Tracy Clark, and I have 4 children with her. I have 5, but I have 4 with my wife. So,
Amen.
and so, and there's 2 of them online, and the other one, there's 3 online, and the other one is not here. So, so if he's watching, shame on you. Anyway, that's pretty much. And I pastor House of Deliverance in Sioux Falls, and I've been in ministry for 22 years. With all the heavy knocks and blows, I forget how many years it is. So, but no, it's all been good. So that's
awesome.
Pretty much you. Anything else you need to know?
Thank you. No, well, I'm sure we'll get to know more about you as we talk tonight. All right. Thank you, Dad. I'm gonna call him Dad tonight, but he is a whole bishop. Mom, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
First Lady Tracy Clark at House of Deliverance. I was born and raised in South Dakota. Went to DSU, or Dakota State University in Madison, South Dakota, where I met your dad. And we got married and had 4 children, and I guess farm life was the way I was until I got to the city, and now it's city life.
Okay, come on. City life has treated you well, so thank you.
Amen.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll go to the one that is next in line after me in birth order, which would be Sister Bright. Sister Bright, come on in.
Come on in, Sister Bright. Come on in.
Okay, welcome.
Yes.
Welcome. We're not using church names tonight, but thanks.
Right. Right.
Like, come on, bro. We're doing that.
Okay, Audra.
Okay. I am the middle, I want to say, in some way, shape, or form. I actually, I don't know what you want to know about me. I do a lot of work in the community with my job through Think 3D Solutions. And I am in the process on my own, kind of chasing after some dreams on my side of just kind of creating some things with women empowerment. So I'm super excited for that. Other than that, I have no kids besides my husband. Amen. That's enough for us. And I help in the music ministry as well at home here, and maybe do a little teaching and preaching here and there, but not a whole lot. Just kind of stay in my lane and help where I can be helpful. So, and I am been married for 3 years. Okay, 3, 4. Praise God. Praise God. Almost to 4. So truly blessed in that area. God.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And just FYI, me and Audrey are not twins. All right.
Not, she is older. She is older. Amen.
5 years, by 5 years. Okay.
I don't know about that.
She's a whole 40 out here.
Not 40.
All right. Cameras are going to get taken in a second. All right. Vanessa, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, I'm the greatest sibling of all. I'm the youngest daughter. My name's Vanessa. I'm 30. I'm a mom of a little 2-year-old bossy babe.
Yeah.
And I am a clinic director at a occupational medicine clinic here in town. Other than that, I like long walks on the beach. I like flowers. I enjoy chocolate. Just to put that out there. But other than that, I'm just me.
You forgot Starbucks.
Oh, yeah. And I love my coffee. So.
And she loves to cook. Okay. She's an amazing cook.
I do love to cook.
Hands down, I will give it to her. Out of all of us, she's pretty good.
I feel like I'm a close second. I'm coming up. I'm on the come up.
Yeah, I mean,
we won't be talking about cooking tonight. Anyway, let's get into this tea. Let's get into it. And thank you all for introducing yourselves. We have some extended family out there tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. We say hello to you all. So our first question has always been with everybody, what is self-worth? But tonight, since we're talking about family value, because that is part of self-worth, is value, some type of value. So what does value mean to you, or what is your definition of value? Let's start with you, Dad.
Value overall, and if you're talking about self-worth as well, it can mean a lot of things, I guess. Value I really value my family. I guess I can hit that note on my end, is that I love my family. There's nothing like my family. I love my kids. Anybody knows that I am a big bear when it comes to my children, especially my girls. And so I value them. I value everything about them, every one of my children, and my family and my wife, just being together. And I'll tell you, I'll go into some stories later, but
Please.
that can really, you just don't know how much you really value and love your family sometimes when you have a rough day. And I used to have rough days when I worked at the penitentiary and was a supervisor, and then came home, and you guys made me laugh when I was, falling apart here, and just things was going crazy. So I think the value of just having you there and children and unnecessary noise really pulled me through some of those things. So value is, I mean, it's a really broad word. And I don't know if you can nip it in just one little area because there's so much that you value with family and when you value people and who they are and what they mean to you. So I'm just going to stop.
And he a whole preacher, y'all. So you see how he, had to break all that down. But we want to shout out also Miss Christina. She said he values me. That is our extended family.
Yes, that's another one of my daughters.
We say hello. We say hello. But Mom, share a little bit about what your definition of value.
I just think value in a family is just the upbringing and how we, Dad and I, brought you kids up together and put the values in you, or the what I want to say, instilled in you guys how to be a family, how to honor your family, how to respect your family. Even when you have your hardest times or you can't get along, you still got to know your family is your backbone. They're the ones that you stick together with no matter what. And to me, that's the value of a family, is the love that you have for one another, and to keep it real and to keep us together. Don't let anything break a family apart, whether it be arguments or whatever. Because even in this world today, it's like brothers and sisters or moms and dads. It's like sometimes they just have a little bit of quirk, and they don't talk for months and years. And I'm like, that hurts my heart, because I thank God that He has instilled in Dad and myself that we bring you guys to the point, like, no matter what happens, if you can't get along with your brother or sister, somebody's got to back down and just say you're sorry. I mean, and respect one another. I mean, just the values of honoring and respect. And you right, Vanessa? No, but even you children honoring your mom and dad and respecting them.
You hear that?
Trying to talk above them. I mean, when I see some children today where, they tell their mom and dad things and curse them out, as like, that's not really, to me, a family value. It's like, you raise a child up in the way that they should go, and they won't depart from what they've learned and where they're going. Right. So, and I thank God for salvation in the mom and dad. I mean, when Bishop Clark and I both got saved, and then we raised you kids to be, raised you up in Christ, so to speak, which I thank God for. It would be hard not, when I think back and when we weren't in Christ and trying to raise Liz for a minute, it became a little more difficult, because you try to do things the world's values, but when you become, part of Christ, then you look more toward God to help you bring that family together and work in the kingdom.
Okay. Come on, church. This is some good tea. That is some great wisdom, and it is definitely a core value of ours here in the Clark family, to obviously honor God, but to allow God to guide us and to help us to show that love. And you could tell the sweet one, and I mean, my dad is sweet. He's a big teddy bear, but Mom's the extra sweet one, of course. All right, for sake of time, Audrey or Vanessa, which one of you would like to answer that question of what is value to you?
Vanessa.
I think the older sister should go.
I think the younger one has a lot to say.
So, I think value to me, well, obviously I value family the most. I think that's because that's how we were raised. Dad always taught us that, we're all each other has. And so I think we've always kind of stuck that with us, even through our arguments and everything. I think we still all really value our Clark family. We're super close. We love to laugh. We love to have a good time. But I think at the end of the day, we're always there to support each other, whether it's the good, the bad, the ugly. And so I think we all can truly say that we really value this family and just family overall, like outside of just, us, we all kind of have our own family outside of that we, I think now have a new meaning to value in that area as well. So, but I think it all just stemmed from the foundation that mom and dad kind of set for us. And I think we all just kind of took that and made it our own. So
Definitely. That's great. Great wisdom. And shout out to, I forgot to mention my brothers were not able to make it tonight. So once again, we shout them out, but we definitely are appreciative for the foundation our parents have given us tonight. We're going to get into that. So we're going to get into the next question, which is what were some struggles or some things we faced as a family? And this is directed to my parents that, as we were growing up, what were some things that we, had to face, we overcame? And we're laugh about it now, but
the biracial thing, it was big because even when we first met and stuff, it was very different. But I remember, Liz, you came home from school one day.
Oh Lord!
And you said, "I don't want to be brown anymore."
Yep.
And you said, "I don't want to be brown. I don't want to be brown." And we just had to explain to you, it's not a big deal. You just got to work with it. And then I don't know I think we even kind of talked to the teachers and stuff, but I don't know if you felt some kind of way, like they maybe treated you different or what. But being biracial, I think, was some of our struggles most of all. But even then, after like I said, we found God, it kind of helped us get through that kind of part of it, because you have to love people, and even your family, you got to help them through the things with those, even learning how to respect people, no matter what color they are, what race they are, what, they could be Korean or Ethiopian, whatever, but you still have to respect the person. It's not the color of a skin that defines us, but it's who we are from the inside out. And that's how Christ sees us too. But I think that was a struggle for you kids at first sometimes, is, having a black and white mom. I think you guys kind of struggled with that, because kids would even ask you, and they couldn't believe it, because it's like, no way. And for me, I was like, when you're the parent of the child, you don't really see it all the time, because you're around your kids all the time. Okay. So you don't really see it. But when you hear it and you go into the grocery stores and they say, well, you put your groceries on the counter and you're paying for it and you're standing side by side, and they say, is this together? Yeah. No. So it's like people separate you just because of a color, instead of knowing that. And then we even had your kids with us, and they were like, okay, well, right. It was just kind of different at first, a struggle for me, so to speak. But then when I went to Chicago, it was, you kind of felt how each other felt being in the different areas.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely so. Okay, Dad, do you want to add or any other things that we faced as a family that were difficult but overcame?
Besides our war?
No.
I'll get to you, Vanessa, in a second.
Vanessa in my wallet. Other than that, I had
to. and the jokes are on fire.
Actually, for me, I always had to remind you of who you was. Like with Liz, when she said that, I told her, being brown ain't bad, and had to run down all the wonderful brown people that was in this world, and then that made you feel better about yourself. So always try to make sure that you never let someone make you feel inferior to anything or anyone because of the color of your skin or anything like that, because it ain't about that. It's who you are on the inside, because people see you for who you are,
Right.
You're going to have people around here that see different things, but that that's all right. You love him anyway because you got Jesus Christ on the inside. And as long as you got the power of Christ, you can get through anything. But we had to overcome some things now.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say church and family where, you know, and I thank God for you guys, you know, being able to deal with me taking money sometimes and putting it into the church and not into you or the heat going out and taking care of the heat of the church. And so those things as a family we had to overcome, but we stayed close, and I think it brought us together. And also you was able to see the power of God in your life as well, how it worked. I mean, because you know, we can teach you and say things, but when you go through it with us, then you get to see
Right.
how our faith is and how we walk. So I think those are some of the things that you definitely had to overcome, and not being able to go places where other kids wanted to go when dad said no. No, it was no right off the bat, and then give me the reason why I should say yes.
Mom, you laughing a little too hard.
We will tell those stories later because there was a lot of those.
Stop.
We barely knew what worldly music was.
Right.
Oh my goodness. We ain't telling stories.
Shout out to the Winans in that time and season in our lives. Thankfully, we got them at least, right?
John P. know any better.
Kirk Franklin, Mary. God.
And unplug the TV from 106 and Park.
Okay, well, that's story time. We'll leave that for story time. Vanessa or Audrey?
I was trying to save y'all.
My God.
Since Audrey or Vanessa answered the last question, Audrey, you can answer this one.
Yeah.
So, what are some things you think we overcame as a family, and that were a struggle as you were growing up?
I think we did well with the spaces we were put in. Where we grew up, the different houses, the different places we were in, knowing that we had to share rooms with each other as children. I feel like we balanced that pretty well. We had to learn to just love one another very quickly, and that can be a struggle. I feel like we adapted well with what was given to us. We weren't I think we became more appreciative over time. I don't think we were I think some of us were appreciative at the time, but I don't think we really understood the full extent of not really having a lot of money. It didn't really seem that way. Just because we just made things work. Things just worked for us. And we made the best of what we had. And you didn't really feel like you never had much. And money wasn't really a big thing. It wasn't like the center of like what we wanted for ourselves. It never became material. We never became materialistic. We did want the finer things in life. We do want the good things in life, but we never let that overshadow our true value of who we were just in general. And so, even though you felt robbed as a kid during Christmas time,
That's a whole nother
not
story.
sure if Santa was going to come and see you. And, some of us are still dealing with those moments, but
she's embarrassed.
Right now, we just we unbottled some of that, but
well, we're good. There's a little bit of taste of what my sister's referring to. Is that there was one Christmas we tried to travel and the car didn't make it, so we ended up coming back, and my parents weren't prepared for that. So of course, being the children that we were, innocent, thinking Santa still existed, we walked into the house, and Audrey was about 2 or 3. She was about 3, Audrey walked into the house and she sees no presents. She sees nothing. And she automatically says, Santa ripped us off.
He went straight hood. He went straight hood on that one.
I was
man.
hot. Listen, I was
Santa
not.
ripped us
Somebody
off.
from
There was a
Chicago.
Barbie I was asking for that year, and I was looking forward to it, and it never arrived. So, me and Santa had some issues that year, and
that was definitely a struggle.
I felt robbed. I was
It
robbed.
was.
We had cheeseburgers and French fries. I'll never forget that
Yeah.
Christmas
Yep.
dinner. But we made it, and we'll forever have that memory. So, thank you for sharing that. So, my next question goes to Mom and Dad. And Mom, you kind of expounded on it a little bit already, but how did you guys value your marriage? Obviously raising us and having a family, but how did you guys keep it together? Because you guys have been married for 35 years now. And yes, I'm 37, and we'll talk about that another time. But
You didn't have to say anything. You didn't have
I
to say nothing.
brought them together. I brought them
Well,
together.
There we go.
Say nothing.
But no, for those who are of course ahead of their homes as mother and father, how do you guys cherish, or how do you continue to work through your marriage?
I just think, I mean, we went through a lot. I mean, even when we first got married and everything, we both had made sure we had jobs so we had one vehicle. So we always made sure that if I had to be to work at this time, he was at work at this time. We always made it so it all worked. So we drop one off, and then I'd take the car, and then I'd come back and pick him up after work, and then he'd get the car. And everything just, I don't know, we always, I guess we kind of trusted in God, but we just always made it, I don't know, everything just worked, and we always communicated. I think we communicated very well. Sometimes we, couldn't understand each other, but all in all, I think I don't know, we just really just made it work. And we never ever went anywhere with either out you kids or with one another. We never were really apart doing anything. I don't remember us being apart doing anything by ourselves, so to speak. We were always together. If I went grocery shopping, everybody went with me. I mean, I had all you kids with me. Or if Dad took you, they all went with him. But he would be at work if I took everybody. And everything just, I don't know. I think the more we prayed and just, we just always worked it out.
Definitely.
God has brought all of it. I don't know. It's all been, I don't know. It's just been a good 35 years. I don't know.
Okay, come on, Sister Clark, talk about it. We call them Velcro. That's
Right?
our joke in our family. We call our parents Velcro because they don't go anywhere without each other. Like,
Yeah.
today, hang out with your friends,
Whatever.
home to your spouse, but these two never socialized anywhere else but with each other. So, but Dad, let's hear your side.
Let me explain that to you, because I married my best friend. So why would I want to hang out with somebody else when I'm hanging out with my best friend already? I'm hanging out with my road dog. So we were good friends in college, and from college we got married, and we just been good friends. And we like a lot of things, and we like to do things together. So, and I always have people have said, I never see you two apart, and they see us out and about. They always say we're never apart from each other, but there's time when we're apart. But we enjoy one another. We enjoy joking and laughing and having fun with each other. I mean, that's why you get married. You marry someone that you love and you love to be around. I sometimes I don't understand. Someone says, I got to get away from her. Well, why'd you marry her? I mean, I married her because I want to hang out with her, and so we always been that way. And so.
Okay, so what are some of the things you guys do together to help the people? Share.
Business.
Wow. Well then.
We go
Well,
buy
Then
things
it's
for the house.
chiropractor appointments
Go
together.
to chiropractors.
We go shopping. Yeah, we even go to the
Go
chiropractor
to
together. We go
Walmart.
Chiropractor
shopping.
together.
Yeah. We go grocery shopping together. We go
Yep,
looking
we
for
shop
things for the
together.
house.
Go to
Yep.
Walmart together.
All
Walmart
the time.
together. We're always ministering at Walmart.
Not the Walmart ministry.
Yeah,
We do.
We do. We
they're
do.
definitely faithful at the Walmart.
There ain't nowhere
Yep.
we go that we don't see somebody we
Sam's
know that
Club.
we.
We
Yeah.
just love being around
He
each other.
said
We
fan
just go
club.
shopping together. We take trips. When we go on
Yeah.
trips, like we've been to Rome and we went together, just us, and we've been to Bahamas and it was just us. And so we went to Florida one time on Liz and just us. And so we just like hanging out with each other. I mean, she's you just have to get to know my wife. She's a very special lady, and I have a lot of fun with her. And I don't know where I would be without
Yeah,
her.
mom's the best.
Okay.
He's just
Not
glad
Vanessa.
I like sports.
Okay, let's talk about that because that was up. Like you have to watch these two watch a football game.
No, it was
Listen,
too much.
reality
Too much.
that is fun.
I got.
Listen, tea timers. If you want me to record them one time, let me know because
No, you're not.
definitely.
Billy said, "When are y'all going to
Go
South
Bears.
Carolina?"
Go Bears.
But they're definitely both athletic type of people, and they
Yep.
both love sports, so they just
Well, my
find
wife
the
is in the Hall of Fame at our college that we went to. So
definitely is. She is a Hall of Famer in her
Yeah.
softball league. Come on,
Yeah.
we got legends out here. We got legends. Okay.
Living legends.
All right. This next question is for the two lovely ladies here. They both can answer. As Mom had mentioned, some of us struggled, me, with being different and dealing with, being biracial. What were some of your struggles, or what are some of your values that you appreciate now of being different and being unique? Who would like to start? Go ahead, Vanessa.
Audrey.
You unmuted first, so you go ahead. You pulled that trigger. You go ahead.
Them too.
Go get her.
I think it's different now because back then it maybe wasn't as common,
Yeah.
to see like biracial kids, or obviously we live in a predominantly white, area and schools and all the things around us. And so that's challenging when people maybe don't understand culture or maybe your ethnicity as far as your hair and, the things that we do. But I think now, like, as you are an adult and you can understand and you can do your own education and, you can be a part of things, I think you have a better value of, who you are as a person, your race, your ethnicity, and how you now take pride in it and, you embrace it. And now it's something, you're all about and you're more into. But I think younger, you struggle with that because you're not around people who look like you or accept you. So I think, back then it's a little difficult. And I think you don't really know where to go or who to talk to or what to do because maybe they don't understand. So all you have is, you can come home, talk to mom and dad, and that's about, it's about all we got. And so I think it just comes from, now being an adult, like I said, just building that own education and embracing our culture.
I love it. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Audrey?
I don't really think I struggled a lot. I mean, I know I had incidences that occurred growing up. Yeah, I had a noose thrown or hung in my face at school at one point. But I didn't let a lot of that stuff kind of deteriorate at me. Just because a lot of what dad taught us was just to own who we are and not be inferior of people. Don't let people dictate who you are and who you become, and to be strong and proud of who you are. And so for me, I never really let that bother me. I always owned who I was. I never was shy from that. I think I did struggle a lot within my hair, but I always wanted it straight. I always thought that was the best way to do it. But eventually, I did fall in love with the natural hairstyles of like wanting to have your hair braided and wanting to have it in braids and different things like that. So that I learned to just enjoy and embrace the culture. Because we were in a predominantly white area, it was harder to learn a lot about Black history and about the Black culture. And so for me, I always took the opportunities when I had research papers or anytime that I was given an opportunity to go and look it up and learn about it, I was taking that opportunity. I even saw it as an opportunity to even teach those around me, because a lot of them didn't know about it.
Right.
Never heard a lot about a Black history. And if you did Black history, it was just a small snippet of like the civil rights movement and Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King, and that was it. You didn't really know a whole lot. And so I thank God that I had a lot of teachers too growing up that actually allowed me to embrace my culture and even suggest books to read and things to really invest into myself with that really protected who I was and who I became. So that's probably even now why I have my hairstyle the way I am now, is because I kind of drifted away from wanting to have it straight. I didn't want it straight anymore. I didn't think it should matter what my hair looked like if I'm going to have a job in the professional world. And I did have an encounter where my hair did matter in the decision of me getting a job. And so I learned to just now turn away, and I embraced my locks. And so now even when you see me get it styled, I have it styled up into like almost like a crown, because it's my crown. I wear it proudly because of who I am. And so I don't let people dictate how I feel about myself and my look. So I embrace my race.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Sorry, I was a little long-winded. Sorry about that, folks. Apologize.
We come from a family
something. Put the sign up there and say 5 minutes or
come from a family of
something.
No, this is good. And I could definitely, co-sign to both of their comments, especially growing up in a predominantly white area, as my parents decided to share tonight, I struggled with that a little bit growing up.
Still do.
And but yeah, and still, I remember being asked, like my mom said, she would come to like conferences, or even dad would come to conferences, and then the next day your friends are like, "Are those your real parents? Are you adopted?" And it's like, yes, this is possible. These two people actually birthed me. Like it works. But that just shows, when you're in a predominantly area, you don't have a lot of education, and that's okay. You just take their time with those people. But I see it now growing up that we have the best of both worlds, and that we are a living representation of what we should be in the world, and unity and love, and because we're created in love. I'm gonna get all deep here. I go preaching. But that just shows you what love can do. It can create something and be wonderful and unique and beautiful. And so I think whether we have predominantly Caucasian friends or white friends or Black friends or Mexican or whatever, we adapt in the atmosphere and we love everybody. I mean, I have a field of friends that it don't matter what race they are. Right. And definitely my family obviously has kids, extended kids, who are of all nationalities, because like they say, we have learned to love beyond what we see. So that is definitely something that we can definitely hang on to and cherish. Now, all right, you all, here is the good tea. So tag a friend. Here come all the good juicy stuff, because I'm gonna give my family an opportunity to share some stories here now. But as we are continuing to talk about family value, I want you all to share one memory that you value the most about being a part of this Clark family. So who wants to share first? Lord Jesus. Oh, now we all quiet.
I think I value the most is that we're a happy family. I mean, yeah, we have our sad moments, and we cry a little bit, but in more or less, I get angry. But all in all, I mean, I don't know. At the end of the day, it's like Audrey had said earlier, I can't dictate, whatever people think about me, but deep down inside, we're just happy people. Maybe just me, but I see all my kids as, nothing really gets them down to the point where, they want to go and commit suicide or anything like that. But you guys keep your hopes alive, and you keep, and you know what you want for yourselves, because we've told you, go for what you want to do, get what you want to get for you, and you get excited, and we're happy. We're just a happy family.
Okay, so what's one memory?
So I got some memories.
That's what I said. We just, every time we get together, it's just a memory of just everybody always laughing.
She got wisdom, you guys. She got wisdom. She had to share that quick wisdom real quick. Okay.
Dad, I remember, one thing I do remember, you guys always saying, especially you kids in church, you're like, I don't like when other kids call you mom and dad, or other people call you mom and dad.
Oh.
Yeah,
you guys hated that. When we would call them kids at church, them young kids at church, like, it's okay, daughter, or whatever. And then they'd say, well, mom or dad. And you guys hated that because you were our kids, and you didn't want them to be called mom and dad.
We were so selfish at times.
Yep.
We learned to share. We have learned to share. Wow, mom.
You did.
You share. You just bust this out. Okay, Dad, do you have something?
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff that I would like to share. Memories of us playing football in the house, memories of us playing kickball in the backyard, and even football. Audrey got a little rough. So all of those memories. Even I was playing with Khalil, and I said, "You're not ready." Anybody in here remember that?
Oh boy!
Oh yeah. Well, we used to toss things and say you wasn't ready, and yeah.
The ball.
So it was so much fun. So I have all of those memories, and some of those memories I get to share with my grandsons and play with them too. The same way. It's just, I just have a lot of great memories. Even when Jeremiah took me out on the basketball court, bust my Achilles and tore up my hamstring, and Vanessa shot my lights out. Sometimes she used to get lucky and win 21. Yeah. I remember one time we went to a church and we was looking at it and somebody slid down. Okay. That's great memories.
I was on the rollerblades.
You can't share the story. Talk about it. What happened? We were on the family.
Why are we sharing things like that?
Please share.
We walked to a church that wasn't that far from where we live right now, because we were looking for a church building.
We can't
walk over there, and it had a hill for a parking lot. You came down this hill. Well, Audrey was on rollerblades when we went over there, and she started going down this hill, and she couldn't stop, and she just took herself down.
We went to go see Vanessa at a play one time, and she fell down.
God. And she was dressed up with a sheet.
Wow. All the filters.
They were just laughing and busting up.
She had the whole crowd laughing.
How to get them to laugh. And so I just have great memories.
And we got memories of mom and dad. Let's share some of those.
No.
Yeah, what are those?
Doorbell has a few,
Dad, not the Ring doorbell.
Ring doorbell has a few
He's
members.
not
How
here,
about
but one time Jeremiah got lost and Liz was looking for him and he was playing games with her. Yeah. And then
okay, you're done with stories.
Yeah.
am I done?
Unplug them. Mute them. Is there a way to mute them?
That's what I'm mostly at. So
Hey, you
okay.
two got
I
unplugged.
quit then.
You got
I'm
your
done.
And Billy, there's no videos, okay?
I love my
So-
family. That's all I
Oh.
got to say. Y'all too much. I love y'all to death.
Definitely.
There's no video.
Okay, before my sister share, let me explain that story that he threw out there for just a few seconds. So I was a responsible older sister, and they trusted me to take
Well,
care of
Mom.
them after in the summertime during the day while they were working.
my
And
God?
my little brother liked to challenge me, and so he left the house. I didn't know where he went, and I couldn't find him. I literally even went across the street to the school where we lived. There was a school in a park. So I thought maybe he went over there. He wasn't there. He literally was watching my every move,
He basically just
trying to run away from me. And I finally caught him. But I was in tears because if anybody knows me, I'm loving and I'm caring and I'm a sensitive person. And, I really thought I lost my little brother.
he
But
used to scare us.
he put me through. He definitely put me through. But shout out to you, Jerry. We love you still today.
Oh, we do.
Who wants to share first? Audrey or Vanessa?
I got a
What
good
about
memory
the cell
of Christmas since
How
the
did your
holidays,
cell phone get
Dad.
broke?
Since the holidays, Dad,
Oh,
are coming around.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, Dad, let her tell her story. Come on.
I remember that we got a Christmas tree one year.
Oh Lord.
Oh,
We were, we like, when I say we, it's me. I like big, tall Christmas trees. So we were out picking them. And Mom said, it's going to be too big. It's going to be too big. We always got real Christmas trees. And we're like,
Yes.
no, it's not. Me and Dad were like, no, it's not. It's not going to be big. Well, we get home and we stood that sucker up and it hit that ceiling, and Mom was right. It was too big. So then she had to take it on the deck, saw the bottom off. It was just kind of a, Christmas, like an annual Christmas thing. Because I swear that one year we had a Christmas tree, we had to tie it to the deck or the door or deck because it wouldn't stand up straight. In order to stand
the
up,
trunk was
we
curved.
to tie
And when
it
you cut it just
to
didn't
the deck
stand no more.
door.
I remember coming home to that. I said, "Who Jimmy Rick Christmas tree? Like, who does that? Like,
That's
I'm
all
not.
right.
I'm,
be a rope."
That's a Black Christmas.
I don't know. So let's hope for a better Christmas tree this year. Maybe we need to go fake. I don't know. Maybe we need to just invest.
You just like that real big.
We're going with a phony tree this year, so not gonna
That's
be real.
That's classic. Thank you, Vanessa. All
Thanks,
right.
Vanessa. You're not right.
A
Who
rope
broke
tree?
the cell phone? That's what I want to know. And
Oh no!
Nobody broke his cell phone.
No, let's not talk about that.
yeah, well, you brought up that Christmas tree.
I
Awesome.
don't really know.
There was a family vacation. Got to be something.
Yeah. I'd probably say maybe the one. I'd say probably the one is when us girls at the time. I don't even know if Jerry was even around at that time. I know he was around, but I don't even know if he was present outside. But us girls have always been taught to mow the lawn, take out the trash, and shovel snow. Okay.
Oh.
And this one year it was snowing, and I don't even think we had our snowblower by that time, but we were shoveling snow, and I think it was all three of us girls outside, and Dad came outside, and we all thought it'd be cool to snowball. And little did we know that this man was going to take snowball fighting to a whole nother level. I ran down the street because I refused to get caught by him, to where he was gonna like literally shove your face in the snow.
Disrespectful.
I don't remember which one of us got it good, but I know he didn't get me because I ran.
Liz.
No, he got Beth. Yeah, because he didn't get me, but he got Beth all in the face.
Vanessa
with the
ran.
snow.
We already knew what was up, but Beth took one for the team. God bless you. You stuck
Well,
out.
But
so
you weren't the only one that got
Yeah,
Um,
mom.
snow
and
blowing the
Mom.
driveway that one time, and he said it's clogged, it's not
Come
coming out,
on.
it's not coming out.
What?
So I get in there and I'm looking at the thing shooting out the snow. All of a sudden it starts working, and guess who got the face of snow? Me. I'm looking for a towel. I can't see. I'm running in the
Like,
house.
ah!
Yeah, mom's like, oh.
I said, "Where's a towel? I need a towel."
That wasn't the time
This
when
is
you slipped
great.
in the kitchen, was it?
Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah, mom slipped in the kitchen one time.
Oh,
Classic.
Lord.
She biffed it one nice time with them little kitten heels, and all that paper went flying in the
My
air.
purse
I'm
went
talking.
up. Oh,
My
yeah.
mom,
I'm
my mom
sorry.
It was
carries
like a
a
cartoon,
bag
man.
of I don't know. She just carries a bag and a purse, and yeah, it was over.
It was gone.
It was
gone.
It was
done.
over. But those snow moments, yeah, I definitely took one for he would hold me down in the snowbank for like a few minutes, and I was
It
Not
like,
a
was only
minute.
a second
Girl,
or
it wasn't
two.
a
You
few
thought
minutes.
It
It
was
was
like,
not the kitten heels. Somebody said not the kitten heels.
oh,
The kitten
I know one for you guys.
it was the kitten hill.
The kitten hill got
Oh,
her in the
no,
kitchen
that's
floor.
very professional.
Kitten hill. I have
What
made
Yeah.
some
about
new memories.
when,
I do have them
when
on
you
record
guys
now.
try to jump Jeremiah in here? Who took one for the team then? Because y'all came flying out of here one at a time.
I don't
And there
remember
was
that.
one left in the
I don't
headlock.
know.
Okay, well, he's not here to talk about it, so
Right.
I didn't even bring it up.
Let it go, Bishop.
Well, I would say my fondest memories of us is definitely Friday nights where we would go to Hollywood Video, Blockbuster.
Oh,
Any,
Yeah.
my.
Yeah.
any faithful members out there still got their cards?
Mom, do you still have yours?
Sometimes,
Probably.
depending if it was payday for mom and dad, we would all get a video, or we had to share.
I'm trying to figure out how we all watched it because we only have like one TV. Like, where did we watch all these movies?
We watched one as a family. That was our thing. Friday night, mom would make
Yep.
homemade pizza. We was in the kitchen killing it,
Popcorn.
and that popcorn maker.
That popcorn,
Popcorn.
That kettle.
Mhm.
that chewing that was taking place.
We won't talk about the chewing,
Okay,
but
now, let's not
those are
be
definitely memories
disrespectful.
I loved and remember. But it's the family vacations. My parents are very I don't want to say cheap, but wise with their
Oh.
money. So they
Wise with their money. Come on.
they
Save
would
coins. Save a coin.
That's aggressive.
they would go to the store. We would buy snacks, and we would
Pack
be
a
able to
cooler.
make, packed a whole cooler back in the day, and we would make sandwiches on the road and just have us a good old time picnic on the road to wherever we were
My
going.
God.
Probably some conference or council, because we really
was
didn't
so
take family vacations.
Well, we was going
Right.
to Chicago a lot of times, and
It was Council or Chicago. My God, I hate
Yeah.
that so much.
that's when you snatched my Snickers and made it community.
Yes, that was the best memory. We made Dad's Snickers, a community Snickers.
Okay. We won't talk about that either.
Yeah, that's not right.
All right.
Some things are left better unsaid.
I think those are enough
That's all,
memories
folks.
for the group tonight. That is enough tea. But so in our closing, we thank you guys though for showing up and
Thanks for
sharing
coming on in.
how Clark, what we cherish, how we cherish, and just family in itself. So
Thank you so much.
in our last comments, though, what advice would you give to other families out there to keep this love, keep this closeness in this time and season? Who wants to start? Everybody's going to answer this question. So who wants to start?
Just pray and love. That's it. It's simple.
Simple. Good. I love it. Anybody else? You're muted, Audrey. You wanted to sing? Is that what you
Live, laugh, love. Live, laugh, love.
I'm
That's
dead.
what I feel in my spirit today.
Love is love.
You know, live, laugh, love. You know, live it, love it, laugh it. So,
definitely?
Mom's ready to say something.
Okay.
I would just say, love one another, communicate, just communicate. You know, don't not talk for months and years, but you know, if you love them, you gotta talk, you gotta communicate. Nothing better than having family around, no matter what you do. Nothing like having family, especially the holidays. It's awesome.
It's a mess. It's the best. Sorry.
Audrey, get it together.
And moms teach your young ladies how to be moms and be wives, good wives.
Yeah, because I'm such a good mom. Because my mom.
Exactly.
I'm the best wife ever, right?
And
Ooh,
I think Audrey
Billy,
Vanessa's
where
a
you
good
at?
cook because she watched the cooking show every day after school.
Amen.
Vanessa, not Audrey.
Oh, sorry, I meant Vanessa.
That's fine. I'm trying.
Although
I was
I
just trying
did,
to see
I
if
did,
Billy
I
was
just
gonna
teach you guys
comment
how to cook a little bit, but
about that
Billy's
wife.
not gonna comment.
It's okay. All right. And me and Vanessa are
Why?
it's fine. Dad,
I don't-
what is some advice you would leave with some families?
Well,
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, I'm in 2 meetings, so I
I apologize.
I got caught there for a second.
You're tying up the bishop, is what he's saying.
Basically, the bishop
He's
is
booked.
very,
He's
very
booked.
he has
what's
a whole
some advice you'd give other families?
Oh,
Run and tell them.
cherish the time that you have with one another always.
Yeah.
Keep the time because it goes by so fast. I mean, I love the time when my kids were small, and I remember so much about that now, and I reflect on that. But then when I look and I see how each one of them are now grown and moved into their own families and doing the things that they're doing, and some of them are. And I'm a family guy, so but some of them are in Minnesota, some of them are here in South Dakota, and so it's just it means a lot to me whenever I get to spend time with my family, and when we're all together. It means a whole lot. It's just really special. So time goes by so fast, and you never know when, like when I had that major heart attack, I might not have been here. And I think about that a lot. Is I would have missed some people getting married. I would have missed some people getting some great jobs and moving to Minnesota, coming back from Minnesota, moving to Minnesota again. So anyhow, I would have missed my grandchildren. I just, so memories and time that you spend with one another is so important, and it means so much because time is short. So forget about all the arguments, the money, this or that, what you got. Love one another, because in the end of the day, that's all you got is each other, and you're gonna need each other and lean on. So
Yeah, you don't always got to forget about the money, though.
yeah, not that one. That one ain't gonna forget about the money. I'm gonna tell you that.
definitely
Everybody needs a good coin, a nice shiny
that's
coin.
definitely a great provider. We thank God for his wallet and everything.
Holding it.
Oh, they grown and they need to get out of my wallet.
It's definitely great. No, thank you. That is some great advice, and I hope you all are encouraged by that. Take this time, take this season to really love on your families.
Yes.
We are so quick to be looking for the new thing, the vibrant thing. Just life itself is busy, but if just take a moment to just love on your family, call them, let them know that you love them. I want to tell you guys I love you tonight. Thank you all so much for making this such a special tea time.
Thanks, Beth.
You for all. Oh Lord, they said my name. My nickname is Beth with family.
Evangelist.
I didn't know. There we go. The tea is out. So if you see me on the streets and you hear Beth, that's me. Okay.
Streets are talking.
The streets are talking, Lord.
I can.
All right. That concludes
Love you guys.
tonight. Thank you guys once again. Stay tuned for next time on Time with Liz. I will have my aunt and my uncle from Chicago and my dad hopefully
Come on. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
Yes.
Until next time.
Bye, y'all.
Say
Love ya.
my sister.